American culture has been greatly shaped by immigration, a country that continues to be influenced and pushed forward by the diversity of its people. Soccer arrived to the U.S. through south of the border, being the de facto national sport of Mexico. It has become a part of American culture as generations of Mexican Americans join the melting pot.
Villarreal! What a way to score your first professional goal!
Watching the Mexican League was big, and growing up in my family, it was like a tradition every weekend watching Chivas, America, Cruz Azul, all these teams play. I think that's where I just started growing, and my father, all his family played soccer, my grandpa played soccer, so it was just, I guess, inherited to me.
Started playing soccer out in California. I would sit down with my dad and watch Cruz Azul play because that was his favorite team. It still is his favorite team. He would always take me to his games, and I would sit behind the goal that he would defend, and I would watch him play. One time he just asked if I wanted to play in goal, and I said yes, and that's how my soccer career kind of started. Me llamo Richard Sanchez, tengo 19 años y nací en Estados Unidos, en California.
There was a corner kick, and I hit an Olympic goal from the corner kick, and the players were like, I didn't know anyone could do that. I thank my dad for telling me to try things, or telling me to do this, or telling me go for this. Like, don't be scared. Like, if you fail, that's the only way you're gonna get better. Is you practice, and I had that. I guess I don't know how to say it in English, but in Spanish it's like picardía in soccer. It's just that spice. You get in, and then you do things here in the U.S. where players are like, look what he's doing, and I think the reason why I stuck with soccer till this day was just so I can do what he couldn't do. LA is my home. I think it's been my home for a long time. I grew up there, so I'm happy to be playing for the LA Galaxy. I'm 19 years old. I was born in Inglewood, California, not too far away from downtown LA, so I'm a local boy from Los Angeles.
I always felt Mexican at heart, but I mean, I will say that I do respect the American flag and what it represents, but I was just always surrounded by the Mexican culture. Family's Mexican, friends were Mexican, so my mom has family out in Jalisco, Ciudad Guzman, and then Sombrerete, Zacatecas, that's where my dad's from. It was always a pleasure to be there, and feel now that as I mature, it's more of an honor to be there and a privilege to be Mexican, I feel.
The popularity of soccer in the U.S. is now at an all-time high, with the Mexican League still being the most watched. To this day, soccer continues to feed the dreams of American youth, many of whom are of Mexican origin and come from families that immigrated to the United States seeking a better life.
I think I had to choose the MLS just to stay close to home and be able to help out my family, as opposed to being far away from them in another league or another team in the MLS. So get the chance to play in qualifiers in the final for the World Cup, for the U20 World Cup in Mexico, and it was a lot of fun. It's something I will never forget. It was emotional just because my background was all Mexican. My parents are Mexican American, and my dad's Mexican, so it was something that it was very emotional for me to be able to be a part of that game.
We played against the U.S. national team in the CONCACAF final this year in February, and it was a great game. It was a good experience to play against a rival like the United States, to represent a country like Mexico. It's always a great honor for me, and I'm really proud to do so. And I just hope to keep representing Mexico at a national level.
I think the soccer is growing in the U.S. As opposed to other countries where it's the main sport. I think now we can compete with teams from Mexico, as opposed to back in the day where it was Mexican teams dominate the U.S. teams. But I mean, like I said, the MLS will definitely grow, and they'll get to the point where we'll be in charge of this region and Northern America.
What better place than the United States, where that's also a common theme, a melting pot of different ethnicities. So I feel like just people from different parts of the world come here to the United States, bring their own style and taste of the game, and kind of influence Americans here to play it and sort of enjoy it their way.
I still got a lot more to go, and I'm happy with where I am right now, but I'm not satisfied. I want more, and of course I want to be in the first team national team eventually, and if it's not this World Cup, then it's the next World Cup, which is my goal.